everybody, welcome back to Homestead Heart. And today I'm back in the kitchen, and today I am making extracts. I am making several extracts today. However, I'm only making one video at a time showing each extract so that the video is not so long and you can look at the particular extract that you are interested in making, okay? So to get started, your ingredients are very simple. Now, before I go over ingredients, you all, let me tell you, this is a non-alcoholic extract, okay? All of my extracts are non-alcoholic. The recipes that you will find mostly for making extracts, they all include alcohol, all right? But for me, I like to make a non-alcohol version of the extracts, and it takes a little bit longer, I will tell you that. But the results are fantastic, okay? So let's go ahead and show you what we're going to be using. Now, I'm going to be using some vanilla bean. This is a Madagascar vanilla bean, and the reason why I'm specifying Madagascar is because the quality is so much better than most others, okay? But you can get whatever bean you want, but this is what I am using. I'm also going to be using, this is the key right here. When you don't use alcohol, this is what you need. This is a vegetable glycerin, okay? All vegetable glycerin, okay? And it is non-GMO. So, and it's kosher. So it's all vegetable glycerin that I'm going to be using today. I'm also going to be allowing this to steep in my half-gallon jars. These jars have been washed and sterilized, okay? So I will be allowing them to steep in half-gallon jars. And once I am done allowing them to steep, I will transfer them to smaller jars. Yes, I will. And I'll be leaving the beans in this jar, adding more glycerin if need be, and I will allow it just to continue making my vanilla extract, okay? Now, you're also going to need just some water. So I have some water here, and that's it, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead, I need a cutting board. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just open my beans. And I am going to remove all of the beans from my package here. If I can get them all out. Okay, now in this packet, there are 10 beans in this package, okay? And I am going to use them all because, look at the jar, okay? If you were doing a smaller jar, you could probably get away with maybe just like 4 beans and just cut them in half, and that would be it. Probably not even 4 beans, but you wouldn't need a lot for something this size. But for the size jar that I'm using, I'm going to use all of my vanilla bean. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to just cut open this bean, okay? I'm just going to cut it open, and look, y'all, just look at all those beautiful vanilla, oh, just look at it, it's, and it smells good. Now, this is a grade A vanilla bean, okay? Grade A vanilla bean. And I'm not going to scrape out the seeds or anything like that, but I did cut it I did cut it open just to reveal the bean, and I'm just going to drop it in the jar, okay? And that's how I'm going to do all of them. I'm just going to cut it open, just put a slit right down the center of this bean, and that's going to reveal the bean, the inside, which is where all the goodness is, right? We're just going to pop this baby right on open. Just look at that. Just look at that. Right in the jar it's going. Nothing fancy, y'all. Nothing fancy. And you can even pull it apart if you want. You can do that if you want, but you don't really have to. Once you cut it open and reveal that inside, I drop it right on in, and that's it. Again, I'm just putting a slit in each one of them. Just a nice slit in each one. Just look at that, y'all. I do wish they were just a little bit bigger. But that's okay. I'm going to use them all. And now that I have cut my slit in each and every one, remember how I said that I could just pull it apart just like that, revealing all of that goodness inside, and I'm just going to drop it in. That's it. I'm going to pull it apart because I'm going to make sure that that glycerin can get all of that goodness out of there. Just infuse all of that wonderful vanilla inside. Oh, we don't want to pop open. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of vanilla bean going inside of this jar. I know, but look at the size of my jar. So that's what that looks like on the inside. Okay? Remember, this is a half-gallon jar. If you were using something smaller like this, you would not need this many beans. Okay? All right, let's move on to our next step. All right, y'all. So now that my vanilla bean is in the jar, I am now going to measure out my water and my vegetable glycerin. Okay? And all I'm going to need is 3 parts glycerin, 1 part water. Okay? So for 3 parts of glycerin, however much that is based on your container, you will need an equal 1 part of water. So if I put 3 cups of glycerin in here, I will put 1 cup of water. Okay? It's 3 to 1. All right. So now on these jars, they do have the measurement sizes here for these half-gallon jars. And as you can see, you can't probably see it, but it's 2, 4, 6 cups right here. Now I am going to do 3 cups of glycerin, 3 cups of glycerin, 1 cup of water, and that will give me a total of 4 cups, okay? All right, so now I'm going to start with my glycerin, and my 3 cups is right here on the side. So that you all can see that. All right. Now, I am going to go ahead and add 1 cup of water, and that's going to give me 4 cups. And that's that. And I'm going to slide this out of the way. And then what I'm going to do next is just put a lid on. For this, I removed the metal lid or the lid and the metal band that came with these jars. I will be using them for something else. I'm not going to waste my lid like that. Instead, I have these little plastic ball lids here. I'm going to put the cap on this nice and tight, and I'm going to give it a shake. Got to get that glycerin and that water mixed up in there pretty good. right, now that's it. And that's what it looks like. Okay? Now, my beans are still sticking up out of here. So what I may go back and do is add another 3 parts to 1 glycerin and water. Okay? So what that will look like, if I wanted to do 1 cup of glycerin or something like that, then I would just come back and add 1/4 of a cup of water. That's it. Which I'm going to do. Now, having this, now that it's completely covered with the glycerin and the water mix, I'm going to go and put this in my pantry. And this will have to sit in my pantry for at least 90 days. Yeah. Because the glycerin takes a lot longer than the alcohol to extract that vanilla flavor, full vanilla flavor from the bean. It's going to be a minimum of 90 days, okay? And if not longer. But in any case, it's going to be a delicious vanilla extract. You just got to have some patience. That's all. Now, if it's not getting dark enough, fast enough, I could always come back and add to it more vanilla bean. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put a label on this and put this in my pantry. All right, y'all. So to label it, I have my cute little label here. Vanilla extract 11121. And I'm going to put this on the jar. That's that. So now, again, this is going to go in my pantry. This needs to be in a cool, dark place. All right? And that way, it can have an opportunity to start extracting all of that vanilla from the bean and make a delicious extract. Now, again, I have the entire packet of bean, and the total amount of liquid that I ended up with in this half-gallon jar was just above 5.5 cups. All right, more like 5 3/4 of a cup. But that's what we have in here, and you can see the vanilla starting to float, the bean starting to float around in the glycerin, because I did open it up so that it could go ahead and begin extracting from the vanilla bean. And the beans are just floating around. And like I said, this is going to take some time. Now, what you all will need to do, okay? What you will need to do is every other day or so, at least 4 times a week, every week, every week, at least 3 to 4 times a week, you will need to go in and grab your jar, and you're going to have to give it a shake, okay? And put it back on the shelf, and that's it, okay? And as you do that, all you're doing is making sure that that flavor gets all through the entire jar. All right, you want to give it a shake. So how long, somebody's going to ask, how long is it going to take? 3 to 6 months if you use glycerin, a lot less if you use alcohol. Okay, how long would it last? Vanilla flavor will last you a long time, right? You'll probably use it all before it would ever go bad. A year, 2 years, you know? Now, this amount will last me a couple of years, I'm sure. So, in any case, you all, this is awesome. Look at it. Look at it. So, that is how you make your own vanilla extract. And it's not that expensive to do. It's a lot less expensive to make a large amount of extract than it is to spend 10, 15 bucks on pure vanilla extract in a bottle like this. Okay? All right. So that's going to do it, you all. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we upload to our channel. Thank you all so much for watching me here at Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and I'm going to see you in the next video.